Hey Collective, how are you guys today? You and I are doing good. Thank you guys for being here and for spending time with us. We love you and we appreciate you guys so much. Alright, so we got some workplace drama going on in the reading that I've got pulled right now, so we're going to tap into this message and see what's going on here. We've got a grudge holder. Okay, so somebody's holding a grudge towards you. Okay, we've got roadblocks. With Capricorn energy, there's barriers and challenges. Someone's stuck in something, there's an obstacle. They could be trying to stall a situation because they're holding a grudge. It's time to regroup. They're having a temporary setback, so they're trying to stall something out because maybe someone doesn't want to do something here. 1 step forward equals 2 steps back, okay? We've got girl talk. They're hanging out, spending time with their friends, moving on, having fun. Could be, you know, just gossipy, always talking and doing stuff at work they don't need to be doing. Okay, gossiping, spreading workplace drama. We've got horrified and nauseated because of something that's going on in the workplace here, okay? And someone's got animosity towards you because of something that's going on, and you could be mad at this person for what they're doing. Well, they were expecting something to go according to their plan here of what they've been trying to create. They're horrified now. When your dislike of something is so intense that it scares you, have you reacted strongly, like screaming, crying, or freezing in response to a situation recently? What I feel is going on here in this energy is someone has started some serious drama and a huge mess at your workplace. And they're pitching a fit, they're throwing a temper tantrum because they're not getting their way with something that they were expecting to go in their favor. So now they've got this serious grudge that they're holding. They're hanging out, spreading rumors, talking to coworkers, their friends, whatever, trying to create challenges and blockages in your position at your job, okay? They could have physical signs of distress going on, their heart's racing, trembling, nausea, and then we got nauseated here. Having intrusive thoughts or flashbacks about something terrifying or disturbing. Someone could be triggered right now, feeling like they're going to throw up. They could be really putting on a show. Someone could be having a panic attack. Someone could just be like completely horrified at the drama that someone's causing. This person is an imposter. They're an imposter, and they could have held a position of authority in the workplace with this throne here. It's a position of authority. I'm an imposter, and I'm not who you think I am. And now they're horrified. They feel sick because whatever they were expecting to go in their favor, no, farewell, goodbye, something's final. This person may have to leave the workplace. They could have to walk away. Jealous of you, what you have, and what's coming in for you. Okay? They're jealous of you. This person is definitely an imposter in this community here. Okay? We got imposter twice. They're faking it. They're a fraud. Okay? Starting shit in the community. With the 3 of Wands here, a community of people, a team of people, cooperation with a community of people, possibly with spreading rumors and all this girl talk here. Your plans are in motion and more opportunities are headed your way to maximize your total potential. You have the chance to expand your horizons through travel, study, or business. Could be traveling for work. Someone could have to travel for their job and they won't want to do it. Reach beyond your comfort zone. So this person's having to step out of their comfort zone and they don't like the energy that they're stepping into, but they've set this in motion and now they're not wanting this to happen. Doors will open if you stop limiting yourself. Someone doesn't want to move forward in something that they've started here with some goals that they were trying to manifest for themselves. They're procrastinating, trying to create obstacles and delays. Returning travels. They want to be able to return if they've been traveling and not travel for work. We've got an invisible person in the moon. This person could feel like they're invisible. They could feel like they're unseen, unnoticed. You could be silent with this person. You could ignore this person at work. Something they wanted, they did not want their true identity coming out here. They're trying to hide and stay hidden and unnoticed. They're very deceptive. There's a lot of fear here. Things are not what they seem with this imposter. They're having mood swings, insecure, they're unstable. They've got a lot of inner conflict and confusion going on. They could be misinterpreting something here because of their insecurities. They're in a state of darkness. They're full of fear. Not trusting. Their intuition may be blocked. Okay. We've got schedule. So something's going on regarding the schedule at work. Someone could be in management. Someone could be planning something with the schedule. Someone could be trying to plan or organize something with someone's schedule here. The number 76 could be significant. The moon is Pisces energy. We've got the Page of Cups. So someone's very childish and immature. Okay. There's abuse going on here. There's a lot of envy and jealousy. They're going to lose this innocent little facade that they've been putting on. They're very childish and immature. Someone's love life could be affecting their job. Okay. Someone's youthful. This could be a younger coworker that's starting problems. They could be very jealous and envious of you. We've got self-sabotage. Do you engage in negative patterns of thought and behaviors to create obstacles to achieving your goals? You do or don't do things that block your success, or you prevent yourself from accomplishing your goals. So this person's self-sabotaging. Okay. It's always, oh, poor pitiful me, with this victim mentality here. Gaslighting. They can act like they're sick to try to get attention. Do you use victim mentality as a way to subconsciously cope from past traumas? You feel bad things happen to you no matter what you do or try to do. So then this self-sabotaging victim mentality, childish, immature behavior here, it's ridiculous. Someone could be mad about their schedule at work. Someone could be wanting you to work their schedule at work and you don't want to. Needing to heal from betrayal wounds. Deep emotional pain resulting from a perceived betrayal by someone trusted, leading to difficulty in trusting others. So this person has betrayed you in the workplace. Okay. You're closing the cycle with this person. Okay. You don't want anything to do with this mess. You don't do drama. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. I definitely don't do drama. I hate drama. We've got tools with Capricorn energy. Someone has what it takes. They're organized. Someone could want some help at the task at hand. Someone's well prepared. They have abilities. They get shit done. They have the tools needed to do what needs to be done to get past this barrier and obstacles that are going on. Someone stalling could be saying that they don't have what it takes. Someone may not have what it takes and they are an imposter. They could have been acting like they did and they don't. Okay. Closing the cycle. We've got a girl with a snake. We've got an empath and narcissist paradigm going on. Being charmed or used, enabling someone's behavior. Use boundaries with this snake here. So gossiping with this girl talk, this girl with a snake here. So they're in very cunning and conniving betrayal, deceitful energy. They're starting shit. They're sorrowful and they're miserable. They're very sad, okay? They could be crying. Feeling heavy-hearted and deeply unhappy, often because of a loss or disappointment. So whatever they were expecting to happen with their schedule, it's not happening. They're disappointed. Do you feel like crying or tearing up often, even when you're not sure why? This person knows why they're crying, because they've started a lot of shit and now it's not going in their favor. Feeling really down and low with little or no hope for feeling better. Feel like they're just, nothing's going right. Not sure how to improve their mood or feel better. They're not happy with what they normally enjoy doing at their job. Someone could be trying to use their tears to manipulate, and then boom, we've got all this conflict that they've started. They've got instant karma coming in. The veil is being lifted, so it's being seen what's going on in a conflict here, okay, with something that someone has started a huge mess at work here, okay, for someone. And this person could have stepped into an authority figure temporarily, or could have been in that role already, and they could have been abusing their position of authority. They could not handle this position of authority, okay? They're very negative. I'm hiding my true intentions and I don't actually care about your well-being. This person is in very negative energy, okay? We've got danger, especially in money matters. So this position of authority is getting ready to be taken from them. This person could actually lose their job even. Someone could be trying to return. They want a second chance, trying to make amends so that they can have an opportunity back. Okay, but no, it's something's final. It's farewell. Someone's going to have to walk away and move on because of something that's already set in motion. Something could have already been scheduled and organized with management to where this is what this person is supposed to be doing, and they don't want to do it, so they're trying to retaliate in some way. Something could occur at an event, okay? They're trying to retaliate. We've got supersize me. They're doing too much out here. They're excessive and they're overindulging in this retaliation, okay? We've got a bench. Rest and relaxation, seating, comfortable, pausing and pondering. Someone could get benched, okay, with the 7 of Swords. Someone could be like outside on a bench at work or something, or a bench could be significant. I just feel like somebody needs to take a seat, okay? Somebody, oh yeah, God's here. God's getting ready to make somebody take a seat. With the 7 of Swords, criminal, deceitful betrayal that's going on. They thought they were getting away with something. They're very dishonest. They were acting strategically. Someone could commit theft. They're sneaking around and they think that they've gotten away with it. One misstep and you're going to get caught. Is it worth it? They need to prioritize what's going on in their life. Find shortcuts to get through responsibilities efficiently, to get more off your plate so you can focus on the bigger picture. This person's not focusing on the bigger picture. God is here. God is protecting you. God could be sending guides, invisible people to help you and protect you. We've got a Queen of Pentacles in reverse that's dealing with a nightmare here that they've started. And then the Queen of Pentacles reverse again. I mean, like, she clarified herself. They're very materialistic. They're greedy. They could go into poverty. They're suffering a loss. They're very deceitful and devious. They're very jealous and self-centered. There's a conflict between work and home. You can't trust this person. They're very deceitful and cunning, okay? They act all innocent and sweet with this Page of Cups energy, all sweet and childish. No, that's not what's going on. Now they're suffering. They're being persecuted. They don't like what's going on with their schedule. We've got spiteful. Lord have mercy, God. So childish. Do you treat people with deliberate malice or contempt because you feel they are getting what they deserve? You want to annoy, upset, or hurt another person in a small way because you feel anger towards them. So this person's very spiteful towards you, and they're lashing out because they want to hurt you. They feel angry. They're domineering. Does your feelings of mistrust cause you to assert your power over someone else? And they've definitely been abusing their position of authority. And now there's going to be danger, especially in money matters, because somebody's trying to have a second chance and they've been retaliating against someone out of revenge, to create conflict, possibly to run you out of your job. Someone may want your position, collective. You just take this how it resonates. This is a wild story here. You try to control other people without any consideration for their feelings or opinions. So they're spiteful and they don't care what they do as long as they're getting their way. Somebody's throwing a temper tantrum here. Needing to address spiritual arrogance, a sense of superiority or judgment based on spiritual beliefs. So someone, you could have a difference in your spiritual or religious beliefs with this person. They could be judgmental because you're spiritual. Okay, they may not be at all. They may be very religious or something. That's what I'm hearing. Recharge your energy. Distance yourself. Take a break. Pamper and do something that's like making you happy to recharge your energy. This person's affecting your energy, okay, as you're closing the cycle with this person that you're walking away from here, okay. They may have no choice but to walk away. We've got the corset with Aquarius energy, trying to hold it together, having firm boundaries. Someone's following the rules. They're very structured. Someone's a people pleaser and they shape shift to be this people pleaser. Someone is dealing with a restriction here, okay? We've got the Grim Reaper and Healing Heart. The relationship is over. There's no second chances. So this return here with the second chances for the opportunity, trying to make amends. No, there's no second chances. This is over. It's done. It's time to grow and transform their life. Healing Heart, healing from heartbreak, having freedom from a toxic relationship or addiction. Okay, so someone could have addictions even, but this was a toxic co-worker here that was coming against you. Hold on just a minute, collective. Mike's messaging me. Just a second. Okay, sorry guys. All right, eat your poo. Let's get back to it. Okay. Now, they're paranoid and they're grumpy. Okay. They have fear and anger rolling through them with all this sadness. They're all over the place in their emotions. I feel like this person's crying a lot. It's a nightmare what's going on and what they've caused for themselves. So now they want to retaliate because they're not happy with what they've done here, with the decision that they made, and now they're not happy with the outcome of something that they've set into motion. When you feel afraid or don't trust others and that feeling isn't based on an actual danger, feeling like someone's out to get you or harm you, you may know this person's after you. Feel like people are watching you or talking about you behind your back, because they probably are, because of what this person's saying. Okay? This person's easily annoyed and bothered by small inconveniences or disruptions. It's challenging for them to let go of negative frustrations. It's impacting their mood. They're grumpy. They're in very negative energy. Okay, and they don't care about your well-being. We've got a transition that's happening here. Okay, there's definitely an ending, and someone's mad about this transition that they're having to go into. We've got a thief. Someone could steal from the workplace because they're having problems financially. They're in poverty. They need help. They may need more money or ask for a raise. Someone could be trying to steal your job from you. We've got bad news. So this person's got bad news. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to share. October, so this is current energy. This is right now. This is going on right now in this month. Okay. Have firm boundaries with this person. You could have said no You drew the line. Enough is enough. You don't want to deal with this person's drama, okay? You've got firm boundaries with this person. They could be abusing technology. There could be an accident at work out of retaliation. Someone could be in a car wreck. Someone could be trying to get their grandparents to help them in some way, okay? We've got make-believe. It's a fantasy feeding into illusions and disappointment. So someone's creating made-up stories. It's just make-believe bullshit that somebody's out here doing the most, collective. Okay. We've got a fuel station. So someone could work in a gas station. Someone could be having to travel for work. Someone could get paid for mileage at their job. We got the Three of Cups. Someone could have been celebrating that they could travel for work, and now they're not happy about this. Three's a crowd. Gossiping is the Three of Cups reverse. So someone could think that you're intruding on their work front or on their territory at work, that now that you're around, three's a crowd, or you take that how it resonates, but like someone's not wanting you to have relationships with coworkers to where you get along. We've got heartbreak place. Someone could pull into a gas station and cry. We've got the King of Wands reverse. So this person is a poor leader, okay? They're very impulsive. They're ruthless. They have a high expectations. They're hasty. They're unpredictable. And they have unachievable expectations that are very high, okay? They're overloaded about having to walk away and to move on from a position that they were in, okay? They don't want to do this. They don't want to have to leave something behind. And travel could definitely be part of this. With the gas station, they're heartbroken because they may have to work at a different location, and they don't want to do that, okay? Or have to travel for work. They don't want to do that. But they have an obligation that they have committed to, and now they're overloaded and overwhelmed. It's a nightmare. They're suffering. They can't handle it. The number 67. Wow. And then the number 67 on this card too. So 67 is very significant. Or 76. Claims copycat. Do you accuse others of wanting to be like you because you feel your self-image is at stake? You accuse others of copying you because you see others outshining you, or you feel territorial about your own self-image. So this person, you could be outshining this person at work, and you could be in a position of authority. They may want your job. They're territorial, okay? So they're creating all kinds of stuff. They could be trying to get you to walk away. They could be trying to run you off and turn others against you to try and start drama to where you end up getting fired. That could be this person's intentions towards you. They're very scattered. The number 34. Do you have a need to feel productive? Therefore, you are constantly in and out. They're scattered in their mind. They're all over the place, okay? They're not connected. Their work performance is suffering. You can be forgetful, disorganized, or unable to concentrate or think clearly. This person's not performing their job. And then they could be acting like whatever you're doing is what they're doing, okay? Needing to heal a neglect wound. Feelings of abandonment, unworthiness, and a deep sense of emptiness, often resulting in difficulty forming healthy attachments, self-neglect, and a pervasive fear of rejection or abandonment. This person's abandonment wound is triggered, and they feel rejected, and it's like this, it's self-inflicted, okay? We've definitely got a thief. This person could literally steal from work. They could be trying to steal from you physically or emotionally. Someone is definitely suffering a loss. Someone could get robbed. Someone could be trying to steal your job, okay? We've got happening soon. The situation or event in question will develop or unfold very soon. So something's getting ready to go down here, okay? They're trying to hold it together. We've got stabbed in the back. heartbreak, pain, deception. It's a shocking attack. Okay? Whatever this is, it's over. They're guilty and they're vicious. They've been vicious and angry towards you, and they're guilty. Feeling violent, destructive, and a need to be cruel. Have you been engaging in manipulative, deceitful, or malicious behavior to intentionally cause harm to others? Are you experiencing a lack of empathy or remorse for the pain or suffering you may have caused to others? Do you feel a sense of enjoyment or satisfaction when witnessing the suffering or distress of others? And they've definitely wronged you. And they're responsible for this wrongdoing, whether they want to be responsible or not. This workplace is going to hold this person accountable for what they've done here, because they have been viciously coming after you here. They're in emotional pain because they want something to change here, okay? And they can't stand it because you're this sweetheart. You're just this sweetheart, and it could have even upset you and made you cry. This person's coming after your job. They're trying to sabotage you. I'm deliberately working to undermine your efforts, trying to sabotage you. Well, they're going to get bad news. They're not going to be able to return. Like, they're going to have no choice but to leave. We've got the ant with work, achievement, and success. So this is definitely regarding the workplace. Someone is very triggered right now. Okay? They're attracting toxic energy towards them. Their inner childhood wounds are opened. This person creates trauma bonds with people. Playing this victim mentality mindset game here. Creating trauma bonds. We've got luck. They were expecting to be lucky in this. They could have gone to an advisor in the workplace to get advice. They could have gone to their grandparents for advice. We've got throwing hands with a disagreement, hostility and animosity, conflict and fighting. This person could want to or could be saying that they want to kick your ass or something. Want to throw hands. There's definitely a lot of conflict going on. We've got the architect. They were planning and constructing something here. They weaved this tale. We've got supervision, so someone could even be a supervisor. Someone could be getting an advice from a supervisor in the workplace. So we've got workspace here. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this person could lose their job. They're bored. They feel stuck in what they've done. They were very careless in something here. They're not doing what they need to be doing in their day-to-day, in their job, and their performance. They're scattered. Their work performance has changed. And this person knows they're guilty. They've been out here doing the most, trying to sabotage you and undermine you in the workplace. And we've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be the boss of the workplace here. They're the leader. Okay. Conflict with their family, conflict with their work family. They could be having problems at home, okay? And it's not only in the workplace, because they're having a work-home conflict that's got their whole life out of balance. They're in competition with you. They're your rival. They're creating friction and chaos to create all kinds of disagreements and conflict because they're competitive. They're in competition with you, okay? The number 3. Why do you feel the need to dominate or conquer everyone else to prove your worth? You feeling successful is predicated by the failures of others. And then we have guilt trips with number 55. So there's a major change that's getting ready to happen in this person's life, and they don't like it. They don't want this change to come in. Do you guilt trip others because you feel you do not have the skills or language to assertively communicate your needs or feelings? You make others feel guilty in order to convince them to do something. So people, and they could be gathering up people here, collaborating with these 3 of Cups, okay, to come against you and convincing them to do something, to come against you. Lying with made up make-believe stories, needing to heal from karmic blockages, obstacles resulting from past actions and choices affecting one's present circumstances. So what this person set in motion is coming back to bite them in the ass now. And they don't like this. They're in very karmic energy. Needing to correct energy imbalances. Disruptions in the flow of energy throughout the body, often associated with various energy systems such as chi or prana. Okay, so their chakras are blocked. Okay, their energy's all out of whack. Needing to heal from codependency wounds. This person is very immature. They're very childish. They're young. They're codependent. Okay. Unhealthy reliance on others for a sense of self-worth and identity. This person doesn't know how to be themselves. This person could be narcissistic, okay? We've got tension, being stressed out and worried, having migraines, okay? There's a lot of tension going on here that's having to be healed with the Emerald and Taurus energy. Healing from this tension, being stressed out. You've got a healthy, beautiful heart chakra. Your love is mature. You're balanced. You create strong relationships and you have firm boundaries. You operate with humility and you're humble. You're very healed. You're healing from whatever this person's doing to you. Not today. Not dealing with this person. Someone's hurt. You're avoiding a conversation. Call their person. You've got firm boundaries. This person's still angry. Okay. They're mad. You may not want to deal with this person. They could have reached out and talked to you. We've got a message here. They could have messaged you to ask you if you would work their schedule, or if you would change something that was going on at work for them. They were very careless. Okay, wanting to ask you something here. You don't feel concerned or worried about making mistakes or harming someone or something. Do you feel like you're not paying attention to details or taking things seriously? So this person was not taking their position of authority seriously. Okay, they were very much in their ego. Thought they were just going to keep getting away with something. And that's not what's happening here. It's blowing up in their face. Do you feel like you're not concerned with the consequences of your choices or behaviors? Do you feel like you're not following rules or guidelines that are meant to keep you safe and protect others? This person's very careless and they've reached out and they've messaged you something, asking you something. Your intuition started going off that they were wanting you to do something in the distant future. You could have said goodbye. No, I'm not talking to you. The time has come to part ways. You could have said no, I'm not having anything to do with this. It's a major challenge that this person's going to have to overcome, okay, regarding what they've set in motion here in the workplace. We've got influences. Others are involved. We've got third parties. There's an intervention. This person was very manipulative, okay? Influencing other people. They're very triggered right now. And we've got humiliation with some kind of online exposure. So they could be trying to do something online to try to humiliate you in some way. This person is very petty. They're immature, they're small-minded, and they're creating a lot of insignificant drama in your life, okay, and in the workplace, and it's affecting the whole company, okay? We've got a mother with the 7 of Cups. They could be talking to their mom on the phone. They could want to be nurtured and comforted. They could go to, like, what you call the work mom, you know, that they always confide in. It's wishful thinking. They've created a lot of illusion. There's something going on with an opportunity and a choice that they made about an opportunity, and now they're not liking this. So now they're crying and they're throwing a fit because they're not wanting something to come in here. So they're creating a facade and creating all this confusion. This person's delusional. Okay? They're absolutely freaking delulu right now. And they're mad because they're not getting their way. Okay? We've got homeless with the mother here. Someone's parents could have kicked them out of the house. They could be unemployed. They could be hungry, asking their mom for help. Someone may not have anywhere to go if they lose their job and they have to go home to their moms because they're furious because they lose their job. Okay, furious with something that happens at work. You can be very good at your job. You can be an expert in your field. Someone takes offense to this. They're mad about this. They're mad at how skilled and knowledgeable you are. This person has no motivation. They're not a go-getter. They're not a good leader. They're a poor leader. They gossip. They start all kinds of drama and trauma in the workplace. They create a hostile work environment. The Eight of Pentacles was clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. It's wild how this keeps doing this. With multiple decks. We've got projection. Number 64. Do you unconsciously take unwanted emotions or characteristics you don't like about yourself and attribute them to someone else? You project your own mental state and traits onto others, traits that they do not possess, in order to feel good about yourself. So this person, all this nasty energy that this person's in, they're projecting and acting like it's your energy when it most definitely is not. Apologetic, number 66. Do you over apologize to make others feel better and because you feel immense guilt? You apologize because you feel guilty and you want to avoid any conflict or confrontation with another. Someone could apologize constantly and then just turn right around and project their shit right back onto everybody else. Needing to address money wounds. And someone who apologizes all the time, that's a sign of abuse. Any habit or action you have around money that hurts you. So someone's needing to address their poverty mindset, their money wounds here. They're codependent, okay? This person's paranoid. Come out again. They're very insecure, okay? You're guarded and you're cautious around this person's energy. You don't want drama, so you try and avoid this person and not get involved. If you speak with this person, it may be just very surface level. You're not really close with this person. We've got the Train, Gemini energy, having to move on, going on life's journey. They're going away on a new endeavor. They're inflexible, but they have to keep going forward. It's one direction. It's like a one-way thing. They can't come back. They have to leave. It's not enough. Frustrated in the relationship. They lack confidence. They self-sabotage. They have fear and ego issues, and they're full of jealousy and envy towards you, okay? And you're not dealing with this crap. This person is so jealous, and they are constantly distracted. They can't focus at work. They can't focus on what they're doing because their mind's all over the place. They're preoccupied. They're very resentful and angered towards someone for a perceived advantage or success, material or otherwise. Do you feel a sense of frustration when others receive recognition or attention that you believe you deserve? You could be getting praised at work and they don't like this. They're jealous. They don't want you being in the spotlight. Are you experiencing strained relationships or conflicts due to your jealousy and the accompanying behaviors? Do you find it challenging to cultivate self-confidence and contentment with your own life and accomplishments? Are you feeling like you're not able to pay attention to important things like what they need to do for work, their instructions that they're being given? They're not following orders or the rules. Easily pulled away from what they're supposed to be doing, distracted all the time, out wandering around, not doing their job. They're surprised about this pathway. We've got a mature woman. So you could be this mature woman or mature man, divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm feeling like that's your energy there. They're surprised about your pathway. You're honest. I will be truthful and transparent in all interactions, even when it may be difficult. You're very truthful and honest. You have integrity. Okay, we've got an empty chair. Someone is leaving your life. So this person is going to be removed from your life. God has stepped in. God's getting this person out of your energy. They're intimidated by you. Okay, with death here, there's an ending coming to this, and they're going to be humiliated because they're intimidated by you, because you're better at this position than they are, because the Eight of Pentacles has come out twice. You're very skilled at what you do. You stay focused. They're distracted. Their work performance is in question. They're pulling on your heartstrings and pulling on other people's heartstrings, trying to play with people's feelings, stringing them along to coerce them, to get them to do their bidding here, to come against you. This whole squad of people that they've got trying to, birds of a feather flock together, kind of close friends, soul tribe energy, okay? They're so fucking petty. They're so childish. We've got this chosen one here, your chosen one collective, walking away with the Eight of Cups. Some of you could be an influencer, okay? You could be a content creator. Someone's got an online influence. You know, someone could be mad about what you do online if you have an online influence, okay? You're disappointed in this person. This person, they're trying to get you to walk away. They're trying to get you to leave. And we've got the Magician with conflict. They're trying to manifest a conflict to come in for you with the Seven of Wands. You're going to have to defend yourself because a confrontation is going to arise with this person. Having to fight for your goals, standing your ground. They're furious, trying to create this conflict, trying to manifest that you walk away. And you're in this chosen one energy. Okay, you've been selected for a position. And you could be a prodigy. You could just be really good at something here. And someone is very mad about this. They're accusatory towards you. Okay, creating this conflict with this competition. You're having to defend yourself and stand your ground against this person. Do you accuse others because you feel insecure in the relationship? You accuse others of certain acts because you want to deflect from your own misdeeds or insecurities. So this person is very accusatory towards you. Number 65. They're inconsiderate with this gossip and their slander that they've got going on in the workplace here. Number 26. Do you feel your opinion, feelings override others because you believe yourself to be self-sufficient? You do not take into consideration the feelings of other people except your own. And this person doesn't care about your well-being. They don't care about you. They're accusing you of shit that they're doing to create conflict. There could be an argument. This person could literally want to throw hands. This person could be talking shit, saying they want to throw hands at you. Address wounds from gossip and slander. Unfairly and unjustly damaging a person's reputation without their knowledge or consent with untruths and made-up stories. It's exactly what's coming out in this energy. Okay? They're mad because you pay no mind to them and their childish, juvenile, immature behavior. Okay? God, you don't act like this. You don't want anything to do with this. We hate this kind of fucking drama, don't we, collective? God almighty. We've got yarn with Sagittarius energy. There's hassles. There's problems. It's a really big mess. It's interconnected. Someone has made up a story. It's come out again. They're just constantly lying and making shit up for their future gains. There's many working components and it's out of control. This person is very mischievous. Okay? Creating a lot of freaking drama here. This person's a drama queen. They thrive on this shit. I feel like this is a feminine energy. Or a masculine that's in very feminine energy. Okay, you flip this how it resonates. Alright, it's going to be different for everybody. We've got coffee cup. Meeting and conversing. Feeling uplifted with their friend. Talking. Drinking coffee. Standing around chit-chatting. Bullshitting about you. With this coercive energy. And they're amused. They think it's funny. They think it's funny that they're coercing people to come against you. You feel the need to manipulate people into doing what you want them to do when it isn't in their best interest. Could buy somebody a cup of coffee just to kiss their ass to try to get them to do something for them. Do you feel a sense of satisfaction or gratification when you are able to exert control or manipulate others to get what you want? Have you received feedback from others suggesting that you engage in coercive behaviors or tactics? Are you experiencing a strong desire for control or power over others, even if it means disregarding their autonomy or consent? And they're amused. They think this is funny. They feel entertained. And they're laughing about this. And they're laughing at themselves at how funny they think this is. Now, well, they've bound themselves to what they've done. Now they're in emotional pain. They're crying. Now they are stuck in the shit that they have created. Abandonment with this third-party situation here. That they had these people to help them with this revenge. Okay? They're going to have no choice but to walk away and move on. And they're going to end up burning bridges everywhere they go. I'm looking to damage you in retaliation for perceived wrongs. Because they're intimidated by you. They want revenge. We've got a vulture. Evie, baby, please stop. Depression and anxiety. Worried that someone is against you. Okay, this person's definitely coming after you. Evie, come here, baby. Come lay down. Come on. There's nobody here, honey. It's okay. Evie, please. Could be a broken family here. Okay. They don't feel safe or have security. Okay, possibly with their family. They could have even affected what's going on in their family with the mother and homeless. This person could have lived at home with their parents and they could have gotten kicked out. Now their family's not going to help them either. They're hating on you. They're full of jealousy and envy. Evie, baby, please, because they're so intimidated by you. Evie, baby. Stop. Get over here and lay down. I'm going to put you in your bed. Sorry, collective. She hears, but it's probably the turkeys in the front yard. There's always like 10 of them out there. She hears them gobble and she goes nuts. I know, honey. It's okay. Okay. So we got a light bulb moment. Evie, a sudden realization. Someone felt inspired to do something. So they got this light bulb moment with this usurper here. I'm going to overthrow and take over. It's a power grab. That was their illuminated idea that, oh, they thought this was going to be a great idea, and they're coming against a chosen one here. So it's not going to end well. It's why God's here. God's like, nope. We've got death in reverse. This person is resisting this transformation. They don't want this ending and new beginning to come in. They don't want this change. They don't want this transition. There is an end of a cycle here. They are resisting this change. They fear it. They're holding on for dear life. They're stagnant. They don't want to walk away. They don't want it to end. They're trying to overthrow and take over and abusing their position of authority. We've got a swindler here. They're a master of deception. They're a hypocrite. They were in disguise. This person's true colors are starting to show. We've got the Chariot in reverse. So there's not positive movement forward going on here. They're out of control. They're arrogant. They're aggressive. And they're careless. We've got protest. They're protesting a Queen of Swords energy. You don't fuck around with the Queen of Swords. She'll come. She will not take your shit. She'll cut your head off with that sword. Queen of Swords is truthful. They're honest. They're very intelligent. Someone could be saying that you're inadequate just because they want attention, and they're protesting you being in a workplace because they can't compete with you. So they're trying to get rid of you because you're making them look bad. That's what I'm hearing. This person is overly critical and they're egotistical. Okay? They have got this position has gone to their head. Their ego is so big and now it's getting popped and deflated and they can't handle this ego death. They're humiliated. All they're doing is making themselves look more and more ridiculous every day. Do you pretend to be confident to cover up deep feelings of inadequacy? You have an exaggerated sense of self due to wanting to match someone else's perceived qualities. The number 16. They're overly critical. The number 18. Do you criticize others because of a perceived personal weakness? You criticize others by pointing out their weaknesses and offering solutions to non-existent problems. Okay. Needing to address attachment to material possessions. This person's got money problems going on. Overemphasis on material wealth and possessions for a sense of identity or security. Okay. Needing to address a true self-disconnection. A state of being disconnected or detached from one's authentic essence inner wisdom, and genuine desires, often resulting from societal conditioning, past traumas, or external influences. We've got tiger's eye. It helps with grounding, protection, self-confidence, inner strength, willpower, and clarity. So maybe you should wear tiger's eye right now, collective, or just work with it, you know, have some on you. If you don't wear it, just have some around you when you're at home. Put it in your purse, put it in your pocket. Okay, it can help protect you from this person's energy. Within a few days, the situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of days. And we've got lightning. So a sudden change with shocking news that's going to be a surprise. There's an upheaval that's coming in. This person's going to have no choice but to deal with this transformation. Okay. Or this person could end up quitting and you could have to transform into a different role here. We've got sullen. They're sullen, they're sad, and they're vulnerable. Okay, they feel very vulnerable right now and humiliated. When you're feeling unhappy to the point that it turns into an ongoing mood. They don't want to interact with others. They're embarrassed. They feel stupid. They're very moody. They're pouting. This whole collaboration of people. Okay, this person could have been a boss or in a management role. Rising star energy. You could be a manager. Okay, they could have had a collaboration of people coming against you. They could have gone to management and lied about you to a whole collaboration of people with a false narrative here. Let's work together to achieve success. Help me spread these nasty rumors about the collective around the store out of revenge. These third-party situations here, they're mad because you're rising above them. We've got the cat with a two-faced friend. Okay. We've got family and dating and psychotic. So this person's family or their significant other could say this person's in like psychotic behavior. They could say they're crazy. Someone's family and family keeps coming out. Someone's could be acting crazy towards whoever they're dating or in a relationship with. They could be acting psychotic towards their family, want to destroy you all over again. This person could be having a psychotic episode. They could need antipsychotics. They could need to be medicated. This person could have mental health issues, which I can't diagnose that. But I'm just saying. You're tiptoeing, acting shady, sneaking around to avoid getting caught. Someone's tiptoeing around, trying to get away with something here. We've got a driver. With the Five of Pentacles, someone may need gas money. The fuel station popped in my head. Someone could be getting paid mileage to drive somewhere. Something could go out with someone's steering. A financial loss. Someone could lose their job because they refuse to drive and travel for work. Times are hard. They're feeling defeated. They're insecure. They're full of fear. They have a very low self-esteem. They could be getting ready to go into poverty because they could end up losing their job. They could get fired if they won't do what the workplace is needing them to do. We've got the hospital. Someone could be driving themselves to the hospital. They could be having a psychotic break here and they need medical care at a treatment center. With the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters, they are resisting this transition. A relationship is ending with this person here. This person is going to be moved out of your energy. They could be hesitating on doing something here. Okay, they were hesitant, making a decision. They're worried. We've got the Emperor here. This could be a powerful figure that's in a leadership role and the authority figure at work. They could be worried about a decision that they have to make because they're confused on what they should do, okay, regarding their employment here. We've got a scarcity mindset, okay. Do you believe resources, opportunities, or positive outcomes are limited and that there isn't enough to go around? This person can't allow others to have something. They want it all for themselves kind of thing. You become extremely possessive of your belongings and experience signs of money anxiety. This person's very worried about their money, and it looks like they're getting ready to make a very rash, impulsive decision that's going to make it even worse. Schadenfreude. Does the misfortunes of others make you feel better about yourself? They want you to lose your job, so then it can be calm and peaceful in the workplace without you there, okay? They're trying to move you out. That's not what's happening here. You feel pleasure or amusement in response to the misfortunes, pain, humiliation, or mistakes of other people. Well, this person's a piece of work, aren't they? Needing to heal a superiority wound. An inflated sense of self-importance and a need to dominate or control others, often masking underlying feelings of insecurity, fear of vulnerability, and a lack of genuine connection with oneself and others. That is exactly what's going on in this person's energy. We've got a psychopath. They have no remorse. They don't care how they make you feel. They're abusive, they're conniving, and they're unpredictable. This person is very ruthless and reckless. We got a broken vase, Taurus energy. Having hardship and misfortune. Having to overcome a crisis. Here's this 1 step forward, 2 steps back again. So they could have gone 4 steps back by now. They're trying to fix some kind of opportunity that they've destroyed. They're under pressure. Someone could literally be in an accident. They're very burdened and disappointed because there's a setback that's occurring here. We've got the Hand of Cards. They took a chance. They were being strategic. They weren't showing their hand. They did something risky here. They had multiple options. The Sword and the Rose. The truth and clarity are coming out. You're protected. You're a force to be reckoned with. You're powerful, and you are full of honor. The truth's coming out. Clarity's here. They're furious with rage. Keep your distance from this angry, raged out, crazy psycho. This psychopath is having a psychotic break. Cannot diagnose if they're a psychopath. It's just what's on the card. They could just be encompassing psychopathic tendencies. They may not be a psychopath. They just may be very abusive and conniving, unpredictable, operating in psychotic energy. This person definitely has mental health issues, though, I feel strongly, is what I'm feeling in my intuition here. Feeling intense anger, actively raging or violent. This person could be bipolar even. Have you noticed a change in your breathing pattern or an increase in heart rate? This person's all worked up. Is it hard to think clearly or make rational decisions when you are consumed by anger? Have you received feedback from others suggesting that your behavior or demeanor reflects extreme anger or fury? So people could be saying this person needs to calm down. They want to check in. I want to catch up and make sure everything is going well. They want a new perspective here. I'd appreciate your unique perspective on a situation. I value your opinion about their career. They want to vent about their career. I'm concentrating on my career and focused on advancing no matter what it takes. I have to get this off my chest. So someone could be contacting someone to get their perspective on what's going on. And then they're gaslighting about what's going on and how they perform their job here. I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences about how they perform their job. We've got flying monkeys, getting people that they're flying monkeys here. That's narcissists to have flying monkeys to do their bidding, to create endings in your occupation. They're raged out. They have karma coming in. You will reap what you have sown. This person's just so two-faced. God, they're so petty and so childish. We've got abandoned, left out, walked away, left out in the cold. So whatever they're trying to do here, they're getting ready to be left out in the cold. They could have stolen some kind of hidden information. Okay, I'm hearing passwords. Okay, we've got receipts. There's evidence that's being exposed. They're guilty as charged. So they're definitely guilty, and this workplace knows that they're guilty. And they're going to hold this person accountable for their behavior. We've got a supermarket. Someone could work in a grocery store. Someone could work where there's like a variety of products. Fresh produce could be significant. With the Five of Wands, you could run into this person in the grocery store, and there could be some kind of a conflict that occurs. They're definitely in competition. There's so much tension here. Your egos clash. This person's so territorial. They're so petty. They don't want you on their turf. We've got a farmer. Someone could have a farm. Someone could have a lot of land. Someone could have to work on a farm. Someone could grow produce on a farm. We've got the Nine of Swords. They're full of anxiety. They can't sleep. They've got insomnia. They're very stressed out. They feel hopeless. They're depressed. Someone is like in a mental prison here. They were collaborating with others to bully you. And they're all upset because why? Because they're being all this hidden information, gaslighting everyone. They're looking like a whole ass fool out here. Steals the limelight. This person can't stand it. If you shine and you're in this rising star, chosen one energy, do you have a strong desire to be the best or most recognized due to feeling inferior to others? You have a strong desire to be noticed by others, therefore you try to outshine others at every opportunity. So this person is just always trying to get so much attention. Oh my God. It's so ridiculous. The number 71, we've got deceptive with the number 44. Do you harm others to get something you want and to protect or promote yourself? You lead others to believe something other than the truth in order to protect yourself. You behave in a dishonest way. This person is very dishonest. Okay, they're so deceptive. Needing to address a lack of boundaries. Difficulty in establishing and maintaining healthy personal, emotional, or energetic boundaries. Okay, keep firm boundaries with this person. They want you to allow them to cross your boundaries. This drama starter here. Well, we've got pillory. They're going to be absolutely humiliated because of all this drama that they've started. They're going to be punished because they've been caught. There's nowhere to run. All this shit's getting shut down. There's public ridicule and mockery. People are going to make fun of this person. They're humiliated. Aquarius energy. We've got the golden mirror. Yeah, they're totally humiliated. Self-absorbed narcissist. It's a one-sided relationship. They're out here love bombing people. This narcissist here. They're humiliated, feeling deprived of dignity or self-respect. Are you experiencing a strong sense of shame or indignity as a result of a particular incident? Do you find yourself replaying an embarrassing event or situation in your mind repeatedly? Have you recently experienced a situation where you left deeply, or where you felt deeply embarrassed or degraded in front of others? So this, people are just like, I can't believe you're acting like this. Being helpless to this family, to the family that they fucked up, being helpless and humiliated in front of this whole community of people. They're so abusive. They're abusive everywhere they go. In every aspect of their life. Homework, conflict. They're abusive everywhere. And then act all helpless and pitiful. They feel like they have no power. They don't. And they're not able to get help or support from families or this community anymore because of what they've done here. We've got travel. I think we should take a trip. Someone's unfriendly. I have a hostile attitude. So if this person says, hey, can we go ride around and talk for a minute? Do not get in the car with this person. We've got brag. I can't wait to tell you the amazing thing that happened to me. Someone could say, hey, let's ride around. I want to talk about something. And then just bragging on themselves. Or they could be riding around with people bragging about things. Could be lying with made up stories. They may not even be real. I mean, that's what keeps coming out. We've got a big red flag here. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. So don't stoop to this person's level. Just stay above it. Just let it roll off of you. They're jealous and vengeful. And they've gotten many people involved in this mess. Wanting a second chance, trying to make amends so they can have this opportunity back. And it's not going to happen. There's too many people involved in this. They're unable to take action. This change is going to be forced upon them whether they want it or not. They have no choice. They're thirsty. They're just seeking attention. They need validation. They're desperate and they're pushy. Okay. They're at a crossroads right now with the Knight of Wands in reverse. They're going to be like, I don't want to travel. They're angry. Their energy is so scattered. They're frustrated. They're impatient. They're reckless. They're stressed out and there's so much conflict. Okay. We've got the countryside. Someone could live in like towns where there's like farmlands and stuff, you know. With the Eight of Wands reversed, this is definitely an energetic backfire here. There's delays. They're trying to hold off on something, trying to make something wait. They're panicking. They're frustrated. It's a missed opportunity here. Communicating that they don't want to travel somewhere, that they don't want to travel for work. They got a whole alliance of people to possibly do something on the internet. It's a completion of a cycle here. A whole alliance of bullies that they trusted and coerced to come against you. We've got a denialist. Do you ignore reality as a way to avoid a psychologically uncomfortable truth? You deny the existence, truth, or validity of something despite proof or strong evidence that it is real, true, or valid. And this person is in an absolute state of denial. And they're in that state of denial that they're irresponsible and childish and immature as fuck. Do you avoid responsibilities because you fear you will disappoint others if you fail? You are careless about the consequences of your actions and do not care what happens afterward. No, they most definitely do not. They act before they even think. And then if they do think about it and connive and conjure up all this bullshit that they're fucking doing, they still don't care. They have no remorse at all. Needing to address lack of purpose. Feeling aimless or directionless in life, seeking constant distraction or stimulation to fill the void. We've got a message. They could be messaging whoever they're in a relationship with. Someone could be very emotional and dramatic in a message towards you, okay? We've got this child energy with the Six of Swords. So this person is extremely childish, okay? I mean, they are just straight up childish. Hoping that you're going to move on, could be asking for you to go do something. Well, they're in despair because they're in the tower right now. They've created this tower for themselves. It's a massive life change that's going on. Okay, it's a transformation that they are resisting. And the more you resist this tower, the harder it's going to be. They can be telling their partner that this is affecting their health. They could be having a psychotic break. They could need to go to the doctor and be medicated for mental health, okay? We've got a change with the Four of Wands. A change in their stability and security in the home. These two could be, there could be a marriage here. That this person could be engaged, whoever they're in a partnership with. Okay? Something affecting the stability and the security in the home. They could have moved in with their partner or something that's got them all distracted. If they've got a wedding that they're planning, they could be extremely distracted on that. If these two work together in the workplace as well and they're a couple, they could be very distracted and off always doing other things, and it's affecting their work performance with the toil and labor and the Three of Swords. So a very painful ending here with what's going on in the workplace. They could be crying and heartbroken, asking for forgiveness. But they're going to be released. There's an ending here. Someone could literally get fired, or someone could just walk away and quit because they don't want to do what they're doing. We've got the High Priestess and the Hermit here with a community of people. So some of you really could have, like, you could be a reader. Some of you, you could be a mentor. You've got a very powerful intuition. You're full of wisdom. You're patient. You could have tried to help this person. You know, you could have been motherly or fatherly or nurturing towards this person, you know. And this community of people sees you in this hermit high priestess energy. They see you as this beautiful energy here, your high vibrational energy here. We've got thoughts with the Three of Cups, so coercing and manipulating the thoughts of other people in this community to try and distort their perception of you, okay? We've got the official person here with the Nine of Swords. So if they could have been an official person with the Emperor coming out and had in the position of authority card that came out, they could be all upset because they can't handle this position of authority. They're worried. They can't sleep. They're full of negativity. Okay. They could be upset because their boss is mad at them. Okay. There could be a conflict with arguing with their boss at work. Okay. With your boss. We've got the Five of Swords with the courtship. So there's a melodrama. It's just so much drama. This person has made a mistake with possibly being in this relationship with this person. They're reassessing what's going on in this relationship with whoever they're with. It looks like their mind's just all stuck on all this home and family and their relationship, a possible wedding. There's just a lot going on here. We've got the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Someone's stressed out, they're out of balance, they're overworked, they've invested in something, they've been patient. There's childish energy here, okay? This very childish person here. They're mad, they were investing in whatever this was for their job, and now they're just so overwhelmed, they can't handle their position of authority. They're too young, they're too immature, they're too childish, they can't handle it. We've got the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So all of this confusion, illusion, the deception, all of this that they were trying to create, okay? The truth's coming out, and I just feel like this main male here, I feel like this is this official person. I feel like this is the boss here. Like the truth, like the boss is trying to get to the truth of the matter of what's going on, okay? And we've got the Lovers. So this person's personal relationship is definitely affecting them, and also their platonic and romantic relationships are affecting them, okay? So we've got the Eight of Swords. They're feeling trapped in a mental prison. They're very confusing what was going on, trying to confuse their boss, making up stories. We've got the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. So they're having to make a choice. This boss here could have said, you've got a choice. You can do this or you can do this. These are your options. You're trapped in what you've done. It's already set in motion. And that's what's going on here. So they're trying to avoid making a decision. They're indecisive. They don't want to go down this new path, okay? This is backfiring on them. They wanted this, then they got it. Now they don't want it. They want to put it on you. They want to change their schedule. They don't want to keep doing this for work. They don't want to travel. They don't want to go anywhere. They don't want to leave. We've got the Page of Swords. Someone's very outspoken. And we've got the Ten of Cups. So here's someone's family again. I mean, it could be like a family, like a close-knit, you know, group of people, of co-workers, you know, that feels like family. Someone's truthful. They're very outspoken. They could be spying, eavesdropping and listening and trying to figure out what's going on, okay? This boss here, like the main management energy here, is trying to get to the bottom of what's going on here. We've got the Four of Cups. So they're very distracted. They're self-absorbed. They're not content. This is a missed opportunity here, okay? They don't like this missed opportunity. They're desperate. And we've got the Four of Cups again on another deck. They were desperately trying to make something happen here. I'm in a bind and I don't have anyone else to reach out to. Yeah, they could have asked you for a small favor. Okay. I'm hoping you can help me with something small. Whenever they text you or messaged you, they could have asked you for some kind of favor. They were dishonest. They're disappointed because you didn't go along with it. They're mad. We've got the Seven of Cups again. I mean, it's just so much of the same energy repeating in so many decks here. Okay, well, they're not liking the options that they have. They've got options that they have to choose from, and they're disappointed no matter which way they go. They don't like any of the options, and they don't want any of them. But it's not what's going to happen here. We've got this third wheel, your enemy here. They're always flirting and lollygagging around with third parties coming after you, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. With this firestorm here, we've got karma. They're going to end up paying for what they've done here. So much drama. Someone's having a mental breakdown. We've got the shield. You're very defensive. You're protecting yourself, blocking this person from your energy. You stand up for yourself. You're prepared. You're warding off unwanted energies. You're always on guard. You're cautious. You know, you can withstand this fight. You're a hell of a lot stronger than they think you are. Yeah, this person's got karma coming in for sure. They're dealing with the consequences of their actions. It's divine intervention. The law of cause and effect is in effect. This person, they're just flirting. And then we've got third party interference again with this third party situation. It could be running around flirting with whoever they're in a relationship with on company time. Just dicking off, hanging out, gossiping, not doing their job. We've got success, so they want to affect your success, okay? We've got backtracking with this official person here. They're trying to backtrack. Yeah, see, this is official person's a mature man. They're held in high honor, okay? This person's a good person. They're a good boss, okay? They're fair. Yeah, here's this accusations again. So they're trying to accuse you. They're having to backtrack. They're going back on something that they said and then accusing you of doing something here. Trying to scare off the competition. They're territorial. They don't want you coming on their turf. They're jealous. They're mad. So they're accusing you of stuff, trying to go back on something that they had committed to, and that's not what this manager's going to let happen here. Someone could be partying and drinking. Someone could be abusing alcohol here to cope. We've got something's final. One day here, somewhere, another day, another time. Okay. With a marriage, someone could postpone their wedding if that is what's going on here with this Four of Wands. We've got a blockage in the root chakra. Issues related to survival, stability, and grounding. Needing to heal from abandonment wounds. Deep-seated anxiety and fear related to being abandoned or rejected by others. This person's abandonment wounds are triggered. They think that they can, like, I don't know. Breaking repetitive pattern syndrome. Repeatedly engaging in harmful behaviors or experiencing similar negative outcomes despite efforts to change, often rooted in underlying emotional wounds or unresolved issues. This person is very patternistic. Their throat chakra is blocked. They're a liar. They're manipulative. Difficulties in communication, expressing thoughts and feelings, emotional symptoms like shyness, fear of speaking, or dishonesty. Okay? Yeah. Right now, today, in the present moment in the now, they're gossiping because they're envious of you. This person is very moody. Okay? They're always seeking outside validation. They're very defensive. They're a suck-up. They could be body shaming you or tearing you down on your appearance. This person's a copycat. And they're money hungry. They're hot-headed. They're very reactive. They fly off the handle. They're aggressive. They've created a hostile work environment. And they're a hypocrite. Trying to burn your angel wings, collective. This person is impulsive because of how resentful they are towards you. How jealous they are of you. They're a snake. Having blind loyalty. People are just following this person blindly because they're so overly dramatic. Really playing this victim role here. Do you cause drama to elicit empathy from others in order to mask the real issue? You exaggerate the experience or your feelings to appear as the victim to others. And all they're doing is gaslighting everyone. That's what they're very good at. Do you gaslight others to deflect the responsibility for a mistake you had made? Do you use psychological manipulation to create self-doubt and confusion in people's minds? Right here. And this could have been going on since they were a child. And this person's very childish still. I think that's all I've got pulled here, collected. Well, there's a firestorm coming in, and this person's very possibly getting ready to have some choices, and either they're going to end up quitting, or they could end up getting fired, or they're going to have to do whatever was originally set in motion and scheduled, whether they want to or not, because they could have already committed to this, is what I'm hearing. We've got Sagittarius. Oh, you probably can't see that far. Cancer, double Cancer, and Aries. Where's the other one? And Leo. Could be significant. It could be you. Could be someone that you're dealing with. We've got triple Cancer, Pisces, and Libra. Let's do one more round. Pisces, Aries, Leo, Cancer, and Virgo. Alright guys, so this is going to be our reading. You just take this how it resonates. Don't force anything to fit. Just maintain your integrity. You're truthful, you're honest, you're a good worker. Your work performance shows this. Your job is not in question. This other person's job is in question. Just do what you can to not add to the melodrama that's unfolding in the workplace. Just keep your nose to the grindstone and do your job, and try not to get involved in all the petty crap, and be the bigger person. But definitely stand your ground, stand up for yourself, speak to who you need to in your higher level management positions to help you diffuse the situation. Alright guys, I hope that you'll please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you all for being here and for spending time with me and little sweet Evie Poop. We love you so much. Bye, collective. Goodbye, Evie Poop. Yeah. Say bye, collective. Say bye, guys. I love you. Sweet girl.